Hello there, and welcome back to our cozy corner of nostalgia, where every story feels like a warm hug from days gone by. I'm so glad you're here today, because we're about to revisit those simple, heartfelt moments that no video call can ever quite capture. Do you remember that gentle hum of the rotary phone resting on the kitchen wall, the way your fingertips would dance over those circular dials, guiding each digit into place with deliberate patience? I can almost smell that faint scent of linoleum floors and freshly brewed coffee drifting in through the open window, blending with the chatter of the neighborhood waking up. Good morning, dear friend. Today, we're taking a stroll down memory lane, back to a time when hello meant more than a pixelated face on a cracked screen. Back in the day, we didn't rush through conversations with leaps and skips of video buffers. We sat face to face, cups of steaming tea or coffee in hand, letting the aroma and warmth settle around us as we shared our stories. There was something uniquely comforting about settling into that familiar chair across from your companion, the soft click of porcelain on saucer punctuating every laugh, every pause. You could study their expression, watch the light catch the flecks of gray in their hair, notice the subtle crinkle at the corners of their eyes when they smiled. No glitch, no freezing frame, just real, tangible connection. Now, I know how precious a lifeline video calls can be in our busy, spread-out world. A quick wave, a bright "can you see me" floating through the speaker, and you're instantly reunited with a loved one thousands of miles away. But sometimes, I wonder if we haven't traded away a little of that soul-deep warmth. Today, let's honor both worlds, the convenience of our modern screens, and the irreplaceable joy of an in-person greeting. And, as we go, we'll revisit a few moments from the past that remind us why a simple, face-to-face coffee chat can warm the heart in ways that no high-definition video ever can. Picture this, a late afternoon in June, when the cicadas hum lazily in the magnolia trees. You're sitting on the wooden porch swing, the paint slightly chipped, but holding firm just the same. Your dear friend, let's call her Mary, arrives with 2 mason jars filled with sweet tea, droplets of condensation trailing like tiny rivers down the glass. You lift your jar in a quiet salute, and she nudges her spectacles down her nose to meet your gaze. No introduction needed, the world slows, the breeze picks up, and the two of you sink into easy conversation. You talk about grandchildren's birthdays, the new rosebush you planted in the front yard, and how the neighbor's cat seems to have claimed your garden gnome as a scratching post. Every laugh ripples across the porch, every sigh carries the weight of shared history. Contrast that with a typical video call. You click the link, adjust the camera, reposition the lighting. Your friend's face appears in a little box, sometimes too small, sometimes too grainy. There's a moment when she leans forward, but the screen freezes. You say, "Mary, I can't hear you," and she repeats herself, lips moving though no sound emerges. You fumble with the volume controls, hold your breath, refresh the connection. The picture smooths out, and for a fleeting second, you're back on the porch swing, before the Wi-Fi hiccup sends you both back to pixel purgatory. That's the first story I want to share, the porch swing afternoon that reminds us how irreplaceable a live, unfiltered moment can be. It's the gentle rocking, the shared breeze, the symphony of neighborhood life that no microphone or speaker can fully capture. But let me take you a little earlier in the day, to a kitchen where the light of dawn creeps across the patterned linoleum. The kettle whistles softly, steam curling up like an old friend wrapping you in an embrace. You reach for the tin of ground coffee, usually a bit stale, but somehow that only makes the aroma more familiar, and scoop it into the pot. The room fills with that rich, earthy scent, and you pour the first cup just as the sun spills through the window frame. Now, imagine sitting across from someone you haven't seen in months, a longtime neighbor named Frank, perhaps, exchanging that first sip like a ritual. You raise your cup in a silent toast to the morning, and the two of you dive into conversation about the latest tomato harvest, the birthday cards you both forgot to send, and the neighbor's new dog that keeps digging up the petunias. It's warm, it's intimate, and it's alive. Our modern selves might replicate this ritual with a hastily dialed video call. "Hey Frank, you there?" You squint at his face, half in shadow, half washed out by backlight. He waves, you wave, and then you each take a sip anyway, pretending the screen is a table between you. But here's the truth, the steam from the coffee can't drift across the bandwidth. You don't hear the clink of the spoon against the mug or catch the exact shade of his satisfied grin. That kitchen tale is our second story. It shows how the simplest of routines, making and sharing a morning coffee, becomes a memory worth holding onto, especially when you're craving real touch and presence. And now, let me whisk you away to a dusty, golden summer afternoon when you and a childhood friend named Betty decided to race your bicycles down the old dirt road by Miller's farm. The sun beat down on your hats, the gravel crunched under wheels, your laughter echoed across the fields. You were free, unburdened by schedules or screens. You paused halfway to sip from a shared bottle of lemonade, licking sugar from the rim with sticky fingers, eyes bright and cheeks flushed. Later, you might have relived that moment on a video call, showing off old photographs or perhaps a quick reenactment. But that digital echo never quite matches the thrum of your heart as you recall the wind in your hair, the dust on your sneakers, the burst of triumph when you won the race by a nose. So here's our third memory, that bike race with Betty, reminding us that some joys are etched in our bodies and souls, not just in pixels. And speaking of summer afternoons, that brings me to the story of. Before we close today's stroll down memory lane, here's the heart of it all. While video calls bridge the miles between us, they can never replicate the warmth of a shared breeze on a porch swing, the steam spiraling from a freshly poured cup of coffee, or the laughter echoing through sunlit fields. Those real-life moments, when we lean in close, feel the gentle click of porcelain mugs, and let the sunshine dance on our skin, are where true connection lives. So let's cherish these tangible encounters, embrace each other beyond the screen, and hold fast to the simple, lasting memories that bind us together.